for day 9 of Freshers at CSM Live. I'm Olivia Thomas.
And I'm Toby Mott.
Yesterday, Sumsy was on talking about food. She is the editor of Quench, of course. And today we've decided to actually have a food-themed show today.
If you want to catch us on social media, you can find us on all the usual places: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're at Cardiff Union TV, or you can use the hashtag CSM Live.
Yeah, so don't forget to join the conversation.
So as we're doing a food-themed show today, we thought we would talk a bit about our favourite foods.
So Toby, what is your favourite food? Go on.
I've got a bit of a weird one, to be honest. I'm a big fan of roast dinners, so
that's not weird. Everyone's into roast dinners.
It sounds a bit barbaric, but I'm a big fan of beef, because without beef you can't have a roast dinner. So that's simple logic, really. What about yourself?
I have a serious sweet tooth, so it's got to be chocolate all the way.
Milk or white?
I'd say milk, definitely, and not dark. I can't stand dark chocolate. Don't know why.
Dark chocolate's healthy, though.
That's probably why I don't like. That's probably why I don't like it. Yeah. So.
Okay. So last year, Amel went into town to check out the best places to eat and drink in Cardiff.
Where do you think is the best place to eat in Cardiff?
I've never really been out to eat. I've been to all the usual places like Wetherspoons and the Harvester, those kind of places, because they're the classic student places. They're cheap. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But I don't really go out in Cardiff to eat that much. Everything's a bit expensive.
I can't say. What about fast food? It's always good.
Oh, fast food, of course.
Burger King,
after a drunken night out.
So let's see what Amel thought was the best place to eat in Cardiff.
Cardiff has a huge coffee shop culture, and you will find loads of independent coffee and tea shops around the city. If you don't want to go through all of them, we have chosen 3 of the best coffee and tea shops, so let's have a look. Madame Fromage is a combination of the cheese and a coffee shop with a cozy, retro French atmosphere. Situated in the lovely Castle Arcade, you can sit outside while being protected from the rain. You can also enjoy one of their yummy cupcakes in one of the 2 vintage French decorated rooms. If you're looking for a comfy and jazzy place to read a book, study or meet your mates, a shot in the dark would be your favorite coffee shop. If you go upstairs, you will find cozy sofas and soft music to relax while having your drink. And if you're into flavored coffee, they have a white choice of flavored syrup to add in your drinks. The last place on our list is Pettigrew Tea Rooms, a lovely tea shop with a great location next to the castle and at the entrance of the beautiful Bute Park. We love the traditional British decoration inside of the tea shop. And when the weather is nice, you can also enjoy your cup of tea outside and have a view on the castle and the park.
A tour around Cardiff's coffee shops there with Amel. Now, on our sofa today, we have Alex with us from Diff Films. So Alex, what's your favourite culinary delight? Pizza.
Ah, love a pizza.
I was going to say that's a huge student food. Student
Domino's
favourite.
or Pizza Hut?
Domino's is better.
Do you think? Pizza Hut all the way.
Slightly expensive. A little bit expensive. Does the student loan take it? So obviously you've come to us today from Diff Films. What kind of do Diff Films do, and what are they about?
Diff Films is a section of the Film Society, creative side of the Film Society, and we meet up to make films. And,
Right. Okay. So my producer told me earlier that you're part of the Cardiff Film Society, and there's a section that watches films, and there's a section that makes them.
yes.
So what would you say the split is? Do the majority like to sit back and watch, and then there's a minority that kind of get involved with production, or?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that come on Wednesdays and Sundays to watch films in Cardiff.
Oh right. Okay.
And then there's us who do that on Thursday and stuff films.
All right. So how long's it been running for?
I'm actually not sure because I only joined last year.
Oh right. Okay. Alex, sorry. I think we've got a slight problem with your microphone there.
Okay.
If we just get our beautiful technical assistant Josh in. Okay, that's great. So,
Right, so last year you produced a film called Forever Mine.
Yes.
Could you tell us a bit about that?
Forever Mine. I think we took us 2 weeks to make it. I think we wrote it over 2 weeks, shot it in a week,
Wow.
edited it in 2 days, and it won an award. Cardiff BBC. I can't remember the name.
Well,
of the award.
sounds
Yeah.
brilliant.
It was
Anyway, what was it about, the film?
It's
well,
about.
before you tell us, just leave them in suspense for a moment. We have a clip for you to show you. Okay, so yes, there was a clip from Forever Mine. So can you tell us a bit about it, what it was about?
Yeah, it's about a girl that has a very creepy ex-boyfriend that date rapes her in a club. Well, it doesn't rape her, tries to. And she sort of goes into a sort of dreamscape where she sees him and her together. And it's like a crisis of consciousness almost. That's pretty much.
Well, where would you say? Because obviously you worked on this film as part of a team.
Yeah.
Where would you say the inspiration for the film came from?
We had 2 writers on it. I don't know where they drew inspiration from, but it was we needed something that we could film in Cardiff, and that was cheap, and that was a really good option to do.
So am I right in thinking you filmed in Live Lounge?
Yeah.
For the club scene, and you got their permission and got in extras. And
Yeah, we got them Live Lounge for free, which is really nice of them. Just went in and asked them, and they said yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
All right, so that's great that they're willing to kind of support
Yeah.
you like that. So have you got any kind of plans to do similar stuff in the future?
At the moment, we're hoping for a big collaboration between the Writing Society, the Music Society, the CUTV, Diff Films, and Act One. And
Oh, right,
we want
okay.
to produce a 5 to 20 minute original short with an
Right.
original score. And it'll be a big project, but hopefully it'll be really good.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Right, and then the final question then, what better final question than what is your favourite drunken food?
My favourite drunken food?
Yeah, after a big night out, after
chip-
a big night in glam, what do you go for?
Chips, cheese, curry sauce.
Chips, cheese and curry sauce.
Yeah.
Choice.
That seems to be a very
time.
popular choice. From the people down Chippy Lane, we have a film by Sam Lloyd for you now.
Cardiff was recently voted the best place to live in the UK, and you can't help but feel that this is part of why. I'm about to visit Caroline Street, aka Chippy Alley, aka Chippy Lane. It's one of the most famous places in Cardiff, and I'm about to find out why.
Caroline Street has not only been a favourite landmark in the capital, but also a rite of passage for concluding a night out. Many of the shops on this street have been held responsible for some of the best greasy food you can grab, including tantalising fish and chips, fresh kebabs, and of course, the legendary curry sauce. There's a variety of shops on Caroline Street, like this one, although I'm not sure this one does chips. The street was named after the beloved wife of King George IV, Caroline of Brunswick, whose favourite culinary treat was battered cod with gravy. Okay, I made that last bit up. We wanted to know what it's like for students on Chippy Lane, and who better to ask than the guys cooking and handing out the meals themselves. We popped into the Red Onion and had a chat with the manager, Rav.
We are very popular in students' nights, and a lot of students from Cardiff University we got here coming having meals and enjoying their time. We make a student discounts, and when they're coming here, they're having a laugh, having their meal at the same time.
What's the most popular thing people order?
Cheese, chips and beans. That's a lot popular.
A lot of people have cheese, chips and beans.
That's right, yes.
Even though CCTV has been put in place, things can still get a bit rowdy.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen amongst the many nights out? What do you see out there on the street?
Especially rugby matches, there's all around in Cardiff, right? They get drunk, they just want to get, you know what I mean? That's right.
Following Rav's advice, I thought I'd go ahead and order myself some chips, cheese and beans. Just look at my happy face. What a happy chap. I'd thoroughly recommend to anyone to head to Caroline Street and try something that you haven't before. If you've never had curry sauce before, or even a pineapple fritter, there's no better place to try it than here. For now, I'm going to end this trip to Chippy Lane in the traditional way, an awkward stroll to the nearby taxi rank.
Yes, and there was a video about Chippy Lane, home to fast food and takeaways in Cardiff. So tell me, Toby, what is your favourite food after a big night out?
Favourite drunken food? I've been looking forward to this question. Again, it's a bit of a weird one, really. There's nothing better after a night out than Burger King, affectionately known as BK, on Queen Street. Supersized onion rings, £1.99. 16
cheap
onion
as
rings.
well, bargain,
Yeah, I
perfect
know.
for a student.
It's just
yeah.
everyone's on chips, but I think it's onion rings all the way.
Oh no, I'm all over the KFC, to be honest.
KFC.
A little bit of chicken after a night out.
Where's
It's
the
all
nearest
good.
KFC though after a night out in Cardiff?
Oh, it's got to be the one by St David's, definitely.
But
yeah.
isn't that's quite a way away from all the clubs?
It's worth the trek. It is worth the trek.
Okay.
I would go all the way there in heels and everything just for a bit of KFC. But
So I wonder what our guests from Starling Radical think.
well, we shall have to ask them.
Afternoon.
Hello.
What do we think about drunken food?
Yes.
What's your favourite drunken food?
Pizza.
See, it's different for me. I've got more of a sweet tooth. So before you go to bed, after a heavy night drinking, angel cake, some Haribo, and then maybe in the morning, have a Powerade. Sorted it well out.
That's the best hangover cure I think I've ever heard.
It's not a hangover cure. Best hangover cure is a kiwi.
A
Straightforward.
kiwi?
Kiwi fruit.
I haven't heard that one before.
Tip.
Okay, healthy as well.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah,
well,
like
yeah,
then
fibre, sugar.
Plowing yourself
Good.
with fat and salt in the night, you know, just wake up, have a kiwi. I think we could
Health's the way forward, man.
We could all learn something
Yes.
from that.
Live a bit longer too. Learned that from Keith Richards. Didn't really. I keep looking at the camera. Come on.
Cool.
So, you are obviously part of a band.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, we're a three-piece. The other one it gets stiff on camera. Oh, stiffens up on camera. Oh no! He doesn't do well on camera. So, well, we're a three-piece. We're a rock band. We're local. We play rock and roll.
In Wales, and we're well on our way to do it. Pretty much.
Okay.
So
What he said.
I was speaking to you earlier, and you said that you've been formed for 2 years. Is that right?
Yeah,
but you've been
about 2 years ago.
really kind of pushing the performance side in the past year.
We done about 70 gigs in the last 15 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally any place that will have us on, we'll go and play.
We'll
We
play.
just literally flown back from Glasgow last weekend. Absolutely amazing, but we'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
It's got to be committed.
This the thing is you gotta. It's difficult because you want to try and be able to get to people through the internet because that's got the biggest reach. It's the most powerful thing in the world, really.
Yeah.
But there's nothing quite like people actually seeing you and experiencing you firsthand. And
Yeah.
you got to try and make a physical effort as well as an online push. You know.
I mean, it's really strange how our fan base is kind of growing because we do well quite here in South Wales. You know, we gig regularly, but we've got quite a big following in Philadelphia. The state, for some
Really?
reason, we always seem to be on the radio stations. I suppose it's just as soon as someone picks us up and likes us, you know, that's what we intend to do.
I think our stuff goes down well in the States. There's independent radio stations, so there's lists of them all over the place. You email them all,
Have
and
you
they'll
ever
go.
played in
Yeah.
the States?
No.
No.
Bet you'd like to though.
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely, but no, we can't afford that at the moment.
You've got to be 21 up there to drink, haven't you? So you wouldn't be able to have a beer before you go on. So you'd be rubbish.
I wouldn't be allowed in the bars.
I guess that's an interesting point that George made about the internet, because obviously it seems like quite a lot of contemporary musicians and bands have actually, seem to have just come from the internet. So am I right in thinking, Justin Bieber started out on YouTube?
On YouTube,
yeah,
yeah.
YouTube.
So
YouTube, baby.
do you think that's, having that resource available to you guys, ultimately, is that a massive help in terms of getting you guys out there?
It's a double-edged sword because, like some bands, you can completely circumnavigate the labels. You don't need their money because everything's free. Essentially, this distribution. You've got this worldwide distribution company there working for you for free, essentially.
It's also easier to find your target fan base as well, because you go online, you'll see, their interests and things like that, and it's like this person possibly, hopefully, will like our music.
But there is a problem because it means that essentially everyone gets a voice, which is a good thing. But the problem with that is everyone speaks and everyone uses that voice, and you end up getting lost in the din. The democratization of music is kind of it's taken away the elitism of it.
Yeah.
The people who can afford to go and tour, essentially, and went and in the old days just turned up at a label with demos and said, "Here we are," they'll sign us. That worked for them. But nowadays, everybody wants music the way they want to consume it, and everybody's creating things, which is great because you know what I mean. It's great because for people who create things.
I guess it gives like you said, double-edged sword. You have more opportunities because you can put your stuff out there, but at the same time, it means that everybody can do that, and in that kind of respect, I guess you have more competition.
It's like in Tanzania, in East Africa, where a pound is like $1,700 over there, 1,700 Tanzanian dollars. You've got more money, but you don't really. So it kind of all evens itself out anyway.
No, that's a good
Kind of
analogy.
thing.
Final question. It's a bit of a random one.
I'm sure it was planned.
Who would you rather, if you're in an emergency, right? Who would you call? Ghostbusters, Sherlock Holmes, or the Doctor?
Are we being attacked by the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Ghostbusters are out
You
then.
You never know, though. You never know. So who would you call?
Well, we're not painting and decorating, so we don't need the Ghostbusters.
Sherlock Holmes, I'm pretty much like a real life Sherlock Holmes anyway. So I don't need him. He can go away.
Do you mean you're an investigator or a high functioning sociopath?
Job, yeah. Can I throw someone else into the mix maybe?
Go for it.
I don't know.
Change the rules of the question.
Yeah, we can. You have Xena Warrior Princess.
Doctor Who.
She can time travel and go into
Doctor Who.
Doctor
Part
Who
B
can
of the
time
question. Go on.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Never
right.
mind. Bless him.
So you've heard it here first on CSM Live. The Starling Radicals would like Ghostbusters and the Doctor Who to save them in an emergency. So let's see what the party goers at Europlace 999 night last night had to say to that question.
What are your names? Charlotte. Meyer? Are you guys freshers? Yeah. How many nights of Freshers Week have you done so far? 6. Almost all of them. Yeah. That's really impressive. honest, that's better than most of the boys.
Yeah, I thought so.
So you guys have actually dressed up tonight, which is really impressive. Yeah, so what is your favourite police show, detective show?
NCIS.
Great show.
Yeah.
Great show. So why have you guys not dressed up? It's 999 night.
We're undercover cops. We're undercover. We don't want to, we're secret.
Okay, but we'll keep it really quiet, it's fine. Okay. As it is 9999, I'm going to ask you a themed question. In an emergency, who would you call on out of the Scrubs guys, the Ghostbusters, or the Baywatch team?
Scrubs. Ghostbusters.
In an emergency, who would you call on out of Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, and Ghostbusters?
Doctor Who, hands down. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, I go for. Good answer, my choice too.
Sherlock. Ghostbusters, because I'm a buster, so Sherlock.
You're going to have an argument about that.
Bill Murray would sort me out.
Sherlock Holmes? Good. As it's 999 night, we're going to ask you a snog, marry, avoid question. Okay, I'm going to give you Sherlock Holmes, JD from Scrubs, and Fireman Sam.
Marry Sherlock Holmes, snog JD, and avoid Fireman Sam.
Right, and that was the 999 night last night. They looked like they had a fantastic time.
They certainly did. And another plug for social media. If you want to get in touch with Cardiff Union TV, you can find us all the usual places: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Cardiff Union TV, and you can also use the hashtag CSM Live.
Yes.
So tomorrow night, it's the Freshers' Ball, the last night of Freshers.
I'm so excited for it. Are you?
Yeah, no, but I went to the one last year and it didn't
Yeah.
disappoint. So,
No,
and this year
it was Professor Green.
they've got Zane Lowe, Scouting for Girls, Duke. I know they've got the Cradles as well.
It sounds like a fantastic lineup. It really does.
Who would be your favourite out of that lineup?
Scouting for Girls every
Scouting
time.
for Girls,
yes,
really?
Yes. What about you?
The man in me wants to say Zane Lowe, but Scouting for Girls are a huge guilty pleasure.
See, good choice.
So obviously we had the Starling Radicals in the studio earlier, and we are lucky enough to have them play us out today. Recently, they've just released their debut album called Saintland, and they've actually filmed a music video this week for their new single, Moon, which is what they will be playing us out with today. Over to you guys.
Here we go again. Maybe this time I can be Sundance. Not that I'm tired of the leading role, but this thing has come alive and I'm dead on my own. Look into my eyes, bet you think I ought to be homeless, but for the time wasted in my head, I'll be telling you again, I'll be better out there. Throw anything anywhere to strike a better mind than lies. Pay for it 1,000 times. But if there's new worlds in a hair and a locket, then I'll be fine. Never mind about the world outside. I can Major Tom, I got a rocket and I guess what I want to say to the world outside. Hello, goodbye, wash your mind, I start good night. The world outside, I change my mind, I'll stick around a little more, yeah. Everybody else says fall will probably kill me. Maybe it's too late to turn back now, but from there it doesn't seem such a long way down. Doesn't mean a thing to think that I'm fooling myself. It's not about anything more than this. I'm just doing what I can to avoid the abyss. The bigger wheels that never stop to turn can never crash and burn, but darker days I had around. But if this new world's in a hair and a locket, then I'll be fine. Never mind out the world outside. I can make a atomic rocket and I guess what I want to say to the world outside. Hello, goodbye, wish am I not stuck at night. The world outside, I changed my mind. I'll stick around a little while. But if this new world's in a hair and a locket, then I'll be fine. Never mind out the world outside. I can make a atomic rocket and I got what I want to say to the world outside. Hello, goodbye, wish am I just like a night. The world outside, I'll change my mind. I'll stick around a little